Bitcoin Tuesday update. We're going to start off on the hourly chart so you could focus on, what levels to watch for the next, several hours to, the rest of today, maybe tomorrow. We're going to do videos like this every day, starting off with the lower time frames for Bitcoin to keep you updated every step of this bull cycle. So if you want to get more content than that, join our private Telegram linked below. So hourly chart to start us off with, let's get right to it. Nice move, a spring off of these lows. Rhyming with the initial drop, right? Just most times you're going to get a couple chances to hit these initial lows, which we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you want to watch for is these kind of double wicks right next to each other with the long tails. And then you have this kind of bullish engulfing candle right there on the hourly. That will likely indicate, more often than not, further upside ahead, which we're getting at the moment. So now we need to look for one nice Bollinger Band set up here, opening mouth here, nice move off the lows. So favors further upside for now. So when you start to get this spring and the move up, you need to look for resistance levels. So why are we hesitating here? Is it the moving average? Well, maybe, but you got to look left. All the way back over here, right? This is our drop from late May 25th, right? We're seeing a lot of issues there with the bottom support, flip to resistance, just minor. That's minor, right? We're on the hourly chart. Hourly chart should be taken with a grain of salt compared to like a weekly or daily chart even, okay? So, but nonetheless, resistance is resistance. So step one, clear this. So around 26.1, that's where these lows start to give. If we can close an hourly candle today sometime, above 26.1, that gives us greater odds. That's all you have in crypto is play the odds, right? No certainties. The odds increase of us going to our next resistance zone. So where the hell's that? I'm glad you asked. Well, it's either or our moving averages. You want to always watch those, right? We're at the EMA 34 in this orange line here. We have the 50 just ahead of it, the 100 and the 200. But more importantly is going to be, candle structure. So, I don't often like lines, hard lines, but more zones here, right? It gets more candles, more area. So I would say, you got this, you want to encompass this low wick back here, 26.5, all the way up to kind of, including some candles here, the low closes, right? These bigger drops, 26.750-ish. So this is going to be our zone. If we continue up for the remainder of the day, that will likely be a bigger resistance than what we're even facing now. So watch for that. If we close above 26.1, much more likely to go up to this level, 26.5 to 26.7-ish area. If we break that, not only are we cutting through all these moving averages here, not only are we breaking through this zone, but we're overcoming the bigger moving averages, the 100 and the 200. If we get above the 200, then you need to be focusing on, these tops, right? That's where I'll be looking at there. Unlikely, I would say, for today, right? That'd be a hell of a bullish move. But when we get to it, if it's days from now, right, the rest of this week, that will be the moon launch area, right? If we clear 27.3 with the closing candle, even on the hourly chart, right, we're probably picking up some steam in a bigger way, and you need to focus on larger charts. So speaking of that, let's remove those and let's zoom out to, let's say, the daily chart. So hourly chart's good for like the remainder of the day, what to look for. Daily chart's good to kind of look for the next several days ahead to, a week or two, right? So that's what we're looking at now. So here's our 200 EMA down here at 25.2. Everyone and their brothers kind of looking at 25K, right? Kind of the breakout level here. And then we kind of flirted back with it. Probably a lot of buy orders right in there. And I like the fact that we just ran that. In my best southern accent. We ran that, whatever. Insert tomato here. We're looking at the double wicks, right? So that's what you want to pay attention to. This right here. I mean, look at this. The move down, lower wick. You ideally like them like this, right? Double long lower tail wick. So we haven't closed this candle yet. Best not to look at candles until they close. But it's shaping up to be pretty great. 8 hours, 8.5 hours, almost 9 hours until we close this. So depending on when you watch this video, go take a look at where this candle's shaping up to. We have some resistance, again, around 26.3 there on the daily, right? This lower close also encompasses, that wick, a couple wicks here. So if we can close above this today, 26.3, right? We need to see this close today up here, and then I think we could get some bigger bullish movement coming. But this will be resistance until proven otherwise on a daily perspective. But I got to give a slight edge to the bulls here so far because I like this pattern. You want to look for these double wicks with these long lower tails. That indicates a lot of buyers down in that area. Okay, so I like it so far. But we can't, judge this candle yet because it hasn't closed yet. So if we close at 26.3 or higher, bigger bulls, or I should say 26.3 or a little bit lower, then still nice, but not super nice. Super nice starts getting us back above 26.5. That would take out this 100-day EMA. That would be pretty epic if we could do that today. Bigger bulls still on the table. Okay, so having looked at that, let's zoom out to the bigger picture, the weekly, and see what we have here. So 26.2 again with a 200 week. The EMA 34 week is also right there. Wick and bounce right off of that. So good sign so far. This is still no sign of bears just yet. I would give a huge edge to the bulls still. This is still a nice formation here, right? Falling channel, falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. This is still a flag formation and cannot be ignored. If we close this candle, this weekly candle, right? We close, Sunday night as usual for since the past, decade plus of Bitcoin. Sunday, right? 5 days, 9 hours from now. If we close higher than this close, I would really start to get anxious for further upside. I'm always on the favor, slightly leaning towards Bitcoin wrecking the most people. What would wreck the most people in my book? With the fact that everyone's looking down in this zone or even lower, and it front runs this, closes up here, and then breaks out next week and does something like this. Goes to mid 30s, gets everyone excited again, maybe another couple of weeks, does something like this, gets everyone leaning towards, here it comes, here's our bull move, and then rinses down and retests the 200 week, say in Q4, right? This would obliterate the masses, and I usually slightly lean towards whatever Bitcoin would obliterate the most people, which it often does, right? How many people saw this coming? Not many. The move, when everyone, not that long ago, when we were down here, not many people thought we would be, in early springtime at, 30K, right? Not too many, or zero. We'll go with that. So how many people think we're going to, mid 30s by the end of June or July? Not many. Do I think we're going to do that? Is that likely? I don't know, right? I'm just giving you the speculation that this could potentially shape up given, not my opinion, the fact that, this move here is still a more bullish than bearish, right? This leans this way, but, this is all omitted and, we're screwed. We tend to become more in trouble if we close below the 200 week. This is the line here, right? 25K or higher. You have to lean bullish on anybody that does TA for a living, myself included, right? If you're above the 200 week, no matter what chart I don't know, I'm just drawing lines at this point. No matter what you're looking at on any chart, you don't have to know what it is. If you're above the 200 week moving average, you must, by definition, be leaning bullish. There's anybody that's telling you different is not educated enough to tell you that, right? Above the 200 week is bullish by definition. Okay. Don't let anybody else tell you different. It's not my opinion. That's what it is. Okay. So bullish until closing below the 200 week. If we close up here above this close, right, that number 26,750. If we close above 26,750, look out. There could be the biggest bulls we've ever seen coming. We could be looking at another one of these guys in the next couple of weeks. What would that do? Well, let's speculate and look. So let's say we end up closing above like 26,750, right? So we'll take our move from, around that area. That was 26%. Where would that get us to? If we had a mirror image of that, right? 26% gets us to 33,750 and $7,000 higher, right? So keep that in mind. How many people would flip bullish then? Probably a good majority, right? And then how many people would get trapped up here if it comes back in 3 months and retest the 200 week at a later date? Probably a lot of people, right? So Bitcoin, right? The volatility bands, the Bollinger Bands closing up. The most narrow we've been since our FTX scandal happened right after that. I think a lot of people are and starting to lean bullish, but also are very scared, which Bitcoin loves to do that as well. So here's our support zone, right? Closing under the 200-week. Time to pay attention to the bears a little bit, but as long as we're not closing back below these guys, right? We could expect a wick, right? Don't lose sight of something like this, right? If we wick down, it could still happen this week, could happen next week, but don't until we close, right? Even if you see prices like 23K, don't lose sight of hope. It could be this, but if we close down and we close at 23K, then that's a watch out scenario, right? The prices will tell us when to panic, right? We have no signs to panic yet. If you're panicking now, you're listening to someone else's narrative, or you're just using your emotion to, eat your brains alive, right? Humans are very emotional beings, and please, that's why most people fail in trading. Just look at the chart. They will not lie to you, right? We're holding the 21-week EMA. Are you nuts? We're above the 200-week EMA, the 21-week EMA, the 50-week EMA. Don't be a nutcase and lose sight of the bigger picture, okay? We're in a bull mode. We're in a bullish uptrend, right? I'm here to help every step of the day. Did I say that right? Like, subscribe, follow us every day. I'll try to do a Bitcoin update now for the rest of time. No, as long as we're looking good or there's emergency, whatever. You get what I'm saying. I'm here to help. Let's get to our quote before I, shoot myself in the foot any further. Quote of the day by Robert Greene Ingersoll. Hope is the only bee that makes honey without flowers. You gotta see the vision. I summed up. Car of the day. Anybody gets this, kudos to you. Highly unlikely. This is a hard one. It's a rare car. $3.4 million, I think, is about the average selling price. If you said like in Hypersport, here's a gold medal. How do these doors open? It's probably one of the coolest doors, besides the Koenigsegg. Here's the doors. Just kidding. Go. Okay, there it is. I've never seen any other doors open like that, right? It's like reverse Lambo and Rolls Royce all in one. All right. Like in Hypersport, if you want one, some collector might sell one to you for about $3.5 million. Good luck.